down. Why don't you lay it in on us what we're going to expect to see here on Demolition Scrapyard?
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, it's fast and furious. I mean, it's going to be a lot of grenading, a lot of stuns, a lot of nades flying, a lot of really clutch nades, and that's what it takes on this map. Spawn, you know, you spawn in, you nade. I mean, it's going to be really hectic. So it's something exciting for people out there to watch, and it looks like EnVyUs is in the position where they have to win or be eliminated and take second place. So backs are against the wall, and just really got to pick yourself up and do as best as you can right here to make sure you don't get knocked out with a 3-0.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see it. And last time, Envy did play Scrapyard demo earlier, and I forget if it was semifinals or round 3. Do we got to watch out for Sidrock here just doing that B rush?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you know, on that map when we were watching it earlier in the semis, it's really about being aggressive on B, and it's similar to Invasion's B plant. You really just have to strap on, you know, sometimes some lightweight and some marathon, and just keep going at it until you can clean it out and get the plan off and set up around it. But it's something that I think both teams are going to have the similar strategy on this one. We didn't really see the same strategy in that semifinals match. EnVyUs kind of ran the table with the rush on the B plant, but I think Mob's got that same kind of strategy and mentality just by watching them in the last 2 rounds.
Well, a question I did say is, does Envy ever scrimmage Mob? I know a lot of the top teams, they tend to scrimmage each other. Do you worry much about strategy and stuff with that happening, as far as like giving away your strats and just trying to keep it honest all the time?
Yeah, we tend to scrimmage teams that are a little lower level just because we don't want to give away some of that strategy, and that's when we do work on our strategy. But for the most part, we actually just play a lot of game battles matches, and you know, that's when you really have your backs against the wall because it's for the record. So you know, we play a lot of game battles, and that's where we get most of our practice in. And we do see top teams on the game battles ladder all the time, especially since we're ranked 2nd right now. So you know, we're up there on levels, and we see the top teams a lot.
Awesome. So right now we're going to kick it off. We already were talking about the man earlier, Sidrock. Let's see. He doesn't have he's just got marathon and stopping power on right now. It's a little bit of a different setup than he usually has, but let's see what he can do as far as moving in there. As Proof, just 2 pieces real quick. Liar and nade shot to take him out. And Envy's coming out the cage strong. So like we were talking earlier, it's interesting to see when a team's got their back up against the wall. Are they going to be, you know, fighting in full force, or do they, you know, kind of kneel down and let it go? But looks like Envy's coming out hot, ready to at least get another map on the board and see if they can pull out and make this a 2-1 and try to even out the series a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think I was a little wrong here. Mob's moving for A pretty quick. They got taken out pretty fast there, and I think they got the crane spawn. So, you know, in that position,
yeah, the crane spawn probably helps them out, moving into A there quicker.
Yeah, they get, you know, you kind of have to take that position and move for A when you get that crane spawn. But somebody here is trying to get away with moving towards B pretty fast. I believe that might be Nate's shot. He got stunned right there. So
Proofy's hanging out around A. Is he just trying to keep an eye on it? And do you think Mob's just going to try to go with A right away, or do you think they're going to go with that B rush approach?
Well, you know, if they can pull themselves back together in a decent spawn, they're probably going to go B. And it seems like that they're doing that right now. So Stain is kind of sitting around that B plant, making sure nobody gets a little sneak plant, like I said, off, and we'll see how that goes for him. But yeah, Envy's doing a really good job here of holding it down.
Got to, especially it's huge, and nothing better than Demolition is if you're able to just make that game quick and not have any time extensions, because as soon as you get a time extension on that board, and you know, even though it is one bomb site and it can be favorable, it is hard to just mentally be able to put your mind around holding off a bomb site for 4 minutes, and that does make it hard. However, if you get A out of the way, B is very difficult to get a plan in there.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking, Fwiz. You know, like, you get it down to 30 seconds in the game. You've been playing well the whole round, and then all of a sudden they get a plan off and they hold it, and you know, you had 30 seconds left on the clock. That's all you had to do, and then all of a sudden it becomes 2 more minutes. So, you know, it's tough. It's tough. It's really heartbreaking, but we'll see how they handle it here. If they can hold us off and not let that happen, then they're going to be in a good position to try and win the offensive side for a 2-0 win in demo.
Getting close, but there is a bomb right now on A and was planted here, and it looks like Moon's hanging out. Why don't we switch our camera over to Moon real quick and see what he's doing right now? As he's got him spawn trapped right now as he takes out Sidrock there in the back.
Yeah, and what you're going to see here, Stainville's still playing that B site, and they're going for that. They're going for that sneak plant. Nade shot just came up and took out Stain, so he's trying to get that B plant off. Sidrock cleans him up, so we're just going to hold down B here. It looks like EnVyUs is, and try and make sure that, you know, we don't relinquish B site.
Yeah, you know, they're going to get that time extension. As the time clicks down, it looks like they got it. Moon's hanging around A just until it goes off, and now it's time to see the the big shootout against B. I think now's the appropriate time here. Do you want to I think we got to listen in on Mob and see what they're going to do as far as just trying to get in there towards that target and make it happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's listen in and crank the volume right now as we're going to watch, seeing what Mob can do here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Blue. Back red, Sid Rock, and
Alplane.
Sid Rock, that's
Plane,
Sid Rock
plane.
goes red.
Red between the little crack.
White blue, stun, blue stun. Behind blue box, stun.
We dead.
Blue box, I got some blue box was Stainville. No one killed him. I have not killed Stainville yet. Yeah, you don't even know. In propane tanks by blue. Propane tanks outside of blue. Blue, white pick up dead.
I'm
Blue and bomb.
playing.
They're gonna keep spawning blue.
Back red.
Blue, back red. Blue and back red.
My truck. Back red still, I think.
Stunning in blue, dude. I didn't stun anybody, so. I'm in blue.
Back red stun. Yo, he's in the corner.
I got him. I got the guy.
Yo, on B bomb.
Bomb dead.
You dead. Just run. Back red. Back red. Two back red. Plant. Nice nade. Back red.
Oh no! I hopped off, my bad. Yo, I'm getting on. I know.
AWOL.
They're all nading. You're on the flag and AWOL, the rest of them AWOL. Try and get into the bomb, but don't plant it yet. Don't play plant now, just play solid nades. If you can start planting, you got it.
I'll play.
Behind us, flank. Flanking back red, he's right outside of blue. Turn on. Oh, nice shot.
MB bomb.
That was my fault, I guess. There's a guy back red, and I jumped off. One in C-plane left side. C-plane one shot dead. I'm stunned from where I just got shot from.
There's C-plane flag.
Try and sneak
Come back red.
Need shot. Try and get
Play
that
in blue.
point off.
Play in blue.
Don't go for any
Keep playing
kills.
blue. One on their flag. No, we need kills. We need defense. Oh, never mind. You're
God, I'm fucking off.
Hey, good try. In the middle. On middle. One on middle, one keep playing with fire.
Try and keep the kills to the max.
Yeah, we gotta win defense. There's one in the outplane. We gotta win defense.
We've lost that round.
That was, what do you think, Ash? I mean, they weren't able to get it off there. They tried. They were getting a little frustrated. They were listening to the voice comms right there. They weren't able to make it happen. So we're going to switch over now to Envy and take a look at and see what they're doing. We got Sid Rock on the cam.
Yeah, a lot of clutch nades from EnVyUs right there out of spawn. You know, as you saw, they had 3 people down and 4th out of position, and as they spawned back in, they got those clutch nades off.
So, and on Demolition, I mean, how many clutch nades you've seen? I mean, like, Demolition is just, it is imperative in certain situations, whether you're planning or defusing, to get those clutch grenades, and they truly make or break the game sometimes.
Yeah, you know, it comes down to just being clutch, man. You're going to see a lot of those plays, and it's one of those things where, you know, if you miss those grenades, you really cost your team the game sometimes. So
it's true.
A lot of pressure there.
But when you say clutch, what's the term? Clutch pants, right? That's what all the top players have, right?
Yeah. You got try hard pants, you got clutch pants. I mean,
try hard pants. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna be honest. You know, I get to play with you guys every once in a while. You know, I have the try-hard pants on. Certainly not the clutch ones.
I don't know. I've seen a couple plays out of you that weren't too bad.
Hey, man. There's those moments of glimmer that, you know, I might pull something off. They did. Envy got A off, no problem there. It's about 12 seconds left. It looks like that's going to be good as Proofy's just holding it down over there. Just make sure it goes off. No problems at all. So, again, we're going to go back to the B situation and see how they handle it, and if they can handle it better than, you know, Mob was able to.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of time on the clock here, over 4 minutes, so they got that off in really good position. So, you know, they have a little bit of time to work with here, and I think you're going to see a furious rush at B, and looks like Foreplay is sticking around over here on the ramp, trying to catch anybody on the flank and pick off people over there in the corner and by B, and seeing if he can communicate that to the team while they make that onslaught rush, you know?
I'm anxious. 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. They got a lot of time to work with at least, but it's still, like you said, as always, we know very well that B is just incredibly hard when it comes down to it.
Yeah, and Proofy's kind of on the flank here, making a move. Let's see, he got stunned, so they know where he is, but you know, it's just a matter of sticking to your guns and really pushing in, taking the deaths, even if it means, you know, you only get a call out of it. Take a death and you're able to get a call out on somebody. It's still advantageous sometimes.
Speaking of call-outs, let's go ahead and listen in now on Envy. We got to hear Mom last time in this situation. Let's see how Envy's going to control it with the communication line. So switch it over stealth, and let's crank this volume.
Excel's in that corner. If you can take him out first and hold the corner, we'll be fine. Play smart, play smart. Second floor. He's hurt, he's dead. Hold on, please. I stunned towards that corner. Alright, dude, in vacant, track the corner. Alright. Another guy pushing, warehouse. Bombs on this. From where? Ram spawn. Two guys ram. Oh my god. Yeah, he's there. He's outside out. There you go. Green. Nice, to this. Don't fight in front. Get his track in corner. He came out green. He went junkyard. Green crate. Second floor in the eye. I have no ammo, dude. He spawned right outside. Dude, we just broke down. I have no ammo. Alright, they're gonna wait. They're gonna try to get his cut out, dude, so expect them in every plane. White truck dead. Junkyard, man. In vacant. Vacant behind the box. He was behind the box, Proofy. Yo, outside. He's outside. Outside vacant. Going in vacant. You see him right there, white truck. Nice shot. Back to the corner, stun. Maybe. I'm in it, man. Vacant. There's one weak bomb zone and track the corner. He's to the left of the bomb zone from your angle, so that's where he was. I'm not there anymore. There's a guy vacant. There's two guys warehouse. There's two guys in the warehouse. I got it. There's spawning in warehouse. This is it. Oh fuck, I made a bad day over here. Track the corner already. Big stun, track the corner. He's warehouse. No, he's dead. Track the corner. Two dead. You track the corner. On top of the guy on flank. Guy's already on flank. He's gonna come in from vacant. He's inside eye. He's coming on. Sky, you gotta get a sneak point probably, man. God, he knew. Track the corner. Alright. Let's focus up. That's gonna have defense. Don't anymore. Fire, he's in fire. Nade fire, you gotta kill. Fuck, man. Offensive.
We lost that round, but it's not over yet.
Yeah.
Overtime.
Whoo! They weren't able to pull